Chaplain Stapp, I need answers.
First Sergeant briefs. You see guidance in these times of great change.
No, I seek an explanation as to why the Army is ejecting trans soldiers like they're defective escape pods.
It is not an ejection, it is a call-in. A return to form.
Oh, a calling, huh? Like when they brought back the beard band but let trans soldiers keep them so they'd be easier to identify for discharge?
A beard can be a crown of masculinity. Yep. But also a veil of deception. Some burdens must be washed away as the tide cleanses the shore.
Oh my God, did you just... Are you quoting Creed lyrics right now?
I have been given the wisdom to speak truths through sacred verses.
That's... okay, whatever. Let's talk about the new gender-based PT test, where if a trans soldier outperforms in their assigned category, they're guilty of fraud, but if they underperform, they're unfit for duty?
Listen, First Sergeant, the Spartans threw weak babies off cliffs. We're just politely telling people they can't do push-ups in the wrong column. One must find their place in this world. Otherwise, they'll be rusted and weathered, barely holding together.
Right. Wow. More Creed. Great. Okay. I get it. A house on unstable ground. But wouldn't it have been easier to just identify trans people by having mandatory gay chicken matches and then chaptering out those who win?
Why would we chapter those who win?
Because winning would mean...
Yuck! First of all, gross. Not at all, alright? Winning at gay chicken means that the guy who touched it in the... touching the... Alright, that's freaking sick, alright? What you did there. But that's not the point, alright, First Sergeant? In the beginning, the Lord made Adam and Eve. Not Adam and Private Martinez locking lips in the barracks for dominance of who's gonna be the next bear Jew, alright? There was one of those, and he was great. The thing you're missing here is the stillness is so lifeless with no spirit in your soul.
Okay, so according to the gospel of post-grunge, the only path to salvation is losing at gay chicken. Meanwhile, the Army is letting in actual criminals with waivers, but a trans woman doing too many push-ups is where they draw the line.
Criminals can be redeemed. First Sergeant, that's the Lord's work. A little water, a little scripture, bang, bang, bomb. But a trans woman doing too many push-ups? That's a science fiction. It's made up stuff. That's Star Wars.
Oh, yes, baptism. The Army's magical Control Z. Nothing says be all you can be like swapping a rap sheet for a redemption arc, but God forbid someone passes a PT test in the wrong category.
First, sir, allowing biological men to compete in women's sports gives a whole new nasty meaning to beating women. The only way is the old-fashioned way. We must uphold traditions here. The rule of thumb. Discipline must be restored. It is not for us to challenge the divine architecture.
Right, because tradition means never questioning why we've been doing dumb shit for centuries. Like the 72-hour pronoun check, confirm your pronouns every 3 days or get booted. You know what else people forget every 3 days? Their own CAC pin.
Forgetfulness is the wicked fruit of your vine. It destroys the man who lacks a strong mind. If you can't remember your CAC pin, how can we trust you to remember if God issued you a uterus? What are we supposed to give paternity leave to private first class? I swear I ovulate because he thinks wishing real hard is the same as having fallopian tubes.
I hope you trip on your own robe, sir.
We are simply restoring order. Currently, shadows paint the scenes where spotlights used to fall.
There you go, quoting Creed again. Doesn't that song also say there's peace inside us all? Let it be your friend? I mean, does a friend crank the dimmer switch until nobody notices who gets shoved into the dark?
The dimmer switch isn't the problem, First Sar. It's the last line of defense before we're all issued rainbow camis and glitter grenades.
You do realize that if you keep treating people like this, eventually soldiers are going to start wondering why they should protect a country that's just going to betray them anyway?
Soldiers don't fight for a country, they fight for each other. And by each other, I mean the same 5 guys who actually do all the work. The ones who feel betrayed don't do any real work. They're frozen in doubt, looking down in the dark, stuck 6 feet from the edge. And they're thinking,
Jesus Christ, I'm in hell.
No, First Sar, you are simply witnessing a rebirth. The return of true warriors.
Oh, right. True warriors, like the ones who got purged because the military invented a gender verification DNA test that just so happened to only flag trans soldiers. I mean, wouldn't it have been easier to just ask us to drop our pants?
And turn every urinalysis into a genitalia verification checkpoint? Frickin' gross, First Sergeant. freaking gross. I'd rather let the Lord sort them out. The body is a temple. One should not alter its foundation.
Oh, and let me guess, next you'll say, only God can judge me, while actively shoving people out of the ranks.
First Sergeant, under regulations, tradition, and a pile of paperwork thick enough to smother your spirit, we don't judge. That would imply we give it actual thought. No. We just already know. We take one look and decision made. Divine intervention. 2 birds, 1 holy stone. So don't cry victim to me. Everything we are and used to be is buried and gone.
Not everything's totally gone. I mean, the Army did assemble a task force of covert operators, the Army Corps of elite nut tappers to ID trans soldiers for biological inconsistency.
ASANT, yes, those guys were the real tip of the spear, sharper than Delta Force. They could detect a hidden set of plums with a flick of the wrist at 20 paces. Surgical precision. Legendary grip strength. We must ensure readiness here, for only through trial can we find strength within yourself and within your mind. Let's find peace there.
My sacrifice. Wow. Deep. Really scraping the bottle of the holy hymnal there for that one. Huh. Yeah, I need you to understand something, sir. This isn't just ridiculous. It's dangerous. Kicking out qualified soldiers for this nonsense puts the whole force at risk.
Well, unless you want the enemy to waltz right into a sensitive, emotionally available, gender fluid, pronoun confirming hug. A wise man once said, no way to run a military is with arms wide open.
Oh, right, because the best soldiers are the ones with arms tightly crossed, refusing to... Wait, hold on. Arms wide open. Oh my god, how did I miss... Whatever. At this rate, you're kicking out everyone who can hold a rifle, so I hope you're good at carving spears, because the way you're running things, we'll be fast-tracking to World War IV, straight to sticks and stones.
Oh, you mean like how sticks and stones can break your bones, but if trans people are misgendered, they go full CRAM alert over their pronouns. It's an incoming threat to morale, leading to a full-blown 21-gun salute for their shattered feelings. They're laid to rest before they even know what to do.
Did you really just... You know what? When the next war kicks off and you're scrambling for bodies, what's the plan? Tell me, huh? What, are you gonna pray? You gonna pray for the enemy to respect your divine standards?
No, not at all. No time for mourning. Ain't got no time.
And I said, whoa. Seriously? More Creed?
First Sergeant, the standards have suffered for too long. The time has come for us to answer their cry.
And what exactly have the standards been crying?
All they ask is, can you take me higher?
I walked right into that one, didn't I? I can't. I can't do this anymore.
One day, First Sergeant, when the clouds open, the burdens lift, and the righteous stand tall, we'll all finally understand what's this life for.
I swear to God, if you quote one more Creed lyric, I'm volunteering as an ejector seat test dummy.